Welcome to Rare Sports. Today we've got an action-packed showdown as India takes on South Africa in the first of the three T20Is at the iconic Kingsmead ground in Durban. The Indian men's cricket team is riding high on their recent triumph, clinching a stellar 4-1 victory against Australia in the T20Is on their home. Now they're all set to bring that winning spirit back to the challenging arena of South Africa. Facing the Proteus men in their background, although is no easy feat, and our Indian team is gearing up for a monumental challenge. Joining us today is me, Gargi Raut, of course, and we have four special guests actually: Joydeep Mukherjee, Bharat Ramraj, Boria Mujumdar, and Shubhayan Chakrabarti. To all of you guys, first of all, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. And
Thank you.
we are at Durban. India and South Africa have played 24 T20Is. So far, India have won 13 of those and South Africa 10. How do you look at this particular series?
Narinda, you go first.
Yeah, I think, South Africa is a very tough place to play for the Indian team especially. And somehow I feel South Africa don't get the credit that they deserve. Their record against India is better than a lot of other people over the years. That's something we don't give them the credit for because they haven't won World Cups and they haven't won WTCs. That is the reason why. So I think it's going to be a tough tour. I think South Africa were dominant in reaching the semifinals of the World Cup. I think they have some very good young players coming up, some of the players in the form of their lives, some really good fast bowlers in their ranks. This is going to be one hell of a tough series.
Absolutely. Bharat, what do you think?
As you said, it's a very tough place to play, South Africa. But I have to add that T20Is in ODI cricket, I don't think you will get tracks with grass or tracks with spongy bounce. You mostly would get flattish tracks. So India should be, in that sense, hoping to do well because even in 2017-18, if I remember correctly, India won the T20 and ODI series. The pitches were flat on the flatter side for limited overs cricket, and also there was a little bit in it for spinners. So Durban as well, it's a slow track. It's known to be a slow track for the last few years, though all this rain that's forecast, it might change the conditions, but India would be hoping that the conditions would suit them in that sense.
Yep. Shubhayan and Boria, I'd like to ask you, Durban is not known for, it is a slow pitch. And do you think India will go with an extra spinner tonight?
Shubhan?
It's a good question. It's a good question, but with the rain forecast around, there's some chances of rain, so we might get a scattered match. So, but it's a very good question. In SA T20, we saw that in Durban matches, the teams tend to go with extra spinner, and I'm pretty sure come this match, if the weather is around, I think to make it a quicker match, Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav might pair up and go ahead with the spin duo, and of course you have other bowlers also who can come and chip in with overs if need be.
If you ask me, I think you don't play to the weather. You play to your strengths at the start of a series, and that's how you go in. For me, this series has way more context for two reasons. One, bilateral ODIs or bilateral T20s have ceased to have real relevance. Gargi's opted here. Her internet is a bit choppy. She'll join back. There she is. But the point that I was making, bilateral cricket, white ball cricket, has sort of ceased to have relevance for a number of months now. Having said that, this is one series that will have relevance. I think Joydeep Da wrote this in one of his pieces. And that's a very fair point, because this is where your start for America and the West Indies, the World T20 starts. Except Rohit Sharma, possibly if he plays. Otherwise, you more or less, and Hardik Pandya, obviously, you more or less have everyone. So you have, except Rohit, Virat, Hardik, who we aren't sure yet, except Hardik, whether the other two will play. I still think they should, but you have the rest of the boys there. So you will want to start making some telling statements going forward. So don't play to the weather. Take the series seriously. It adds context to this series.
Just on that, if I could just add, Boria makes a great point. I think we also have the problem of plenty because right now, Shubman Gill, okay, I'm keeping Rohit Sharma out of the equation. Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Rituraj Gaikwad, 52 ball 100, Ishan Kishan, who's playing 1, 2, 3. Where does Virat come in? Where does Rohit come in? So also in this time, Virat and Rohit coming in, they'll have to figure out if Virat and Rohit play, who are our top three. Without Virat and Rohit, Kishan could not be in the top three today. It could be Yashasvi Jaiswal, Rituraj Gaikwad, and Shubman Gill at 1, 2, 3. And we could see Jitesh with the gloves at 6. So we have a problem aplenty, which is something to sort out. And then plenty becomes more when those two superstars come back. So there's a lot to sort out in these few months.
Very, very fair point. And just quickly, I mean, even if you have, and basically what Joydeep Da is also saying is, who do you drop? Who do you drop the two players to fit these two in? If you have to fit them in, suppose they have good IPLs, they will make a case if they want to push. Who are the people you've got to take your call? You all of a sudden don't drop X or Y. So all of these players have come in and done well, and no one can take his or her national team position for granted. Not Rohit Sharma, not Virat Kohli. No one is bigger than the institution of the sport, and that is the team. So this series and going forward, Afghanistan and whatever.
Precisely. Because if these guys, and Rohit and Virat have a very good IPL, if these three play really well at 1, 2, 3, and call.
And why IPL becomes very important, because India are playing only 6 T20Is before the T20 World Cup. This series and the Afghanistan series and then the IPL. So IPL becomes extremely crucial in the context of selection and the T20 World Cup.
Correct.
Absolutely. And Joydeep, going back to your point, Shubman Gill is back. Now you have the problem of plenty, like the selectors say it, a good headache. Who will you personally send to the bench, Yashasvi or Ruturaj?
I'll have both of them play. I'll have Ishan take a break and Jitesh at 6. Because what I want to do is I want to actually see what Jitesh can do at 6. Ishan Kishan is the tried and tested in 1, 2, 3. He's an automatic squad player for me. Okay? For me, what is important is, can Jitesh do a job at 5, 6, which we are looking to? For me, Rinku is a given in the 15, if I was the selector. I think what he can do is phenomenal. That's my personal call. I would also like to see what Jitesh can do. Because if Jitesh can do 70% of what Ishan Kishan can do at the top, I will play Jitesh, because we've got 5 guys to play 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We have 2 guys to play 5, 6, 7. So for me,
if you are playing either of Ruturaj or Yashasvi at number 3, or even Shubman Gill at number 3, then you are pushing Shreyas Iyer and and Surya Kumar Yadav at 4 and 5. So does that mean Rinku comes at 6 and Jitesh comes at number 7?
Yeah, it is. See, in my ideal T20 team, I want Hardik at 6, Jadeja at 7. Okay, or maybe Hardik at 7, Jadeja at 8, 6 Rinku. We'll see what the combination is, who bowls and all that. But the point I'm trying to make here is that we all know what Ishan Kishan can do at 1, 2, 3. There's nothing for us to see. But I want to see what Jitesh does at number 5 and 6 going forward. Give him 5 games on the trot. Because neither can KL Rahul bat at 5 in T20 cricket, nor can Ishan Kishan. So then, if Jitesh doesn't do the job, we have to play a keeper at 1, 2, 3. So that adds to our worries. So that list at 1, 2, 3 becomes even more. If Jitesh takes off, then for me, in 5, 6, 7, to find brilliant players is the toughest job in T20 cricket, whether it's franchise, state, country. Look at all the teams that are doing well. Look at their 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is where I want to find some players. Yuvraj is gone. Dhoni is gone. Hardik in and out. So we want to find Rinku, maybe Jitesh. Let's try 3, 4 and see which two come through.
Bharat, your take on this?
Yeah, this Jitesh Sharma, first of all, I think is a fine player of pace bowling. So somewhere at 5, 6 and 7, we have seen Indian batters don't necessarily play fast bowling well. I'm not saying Jitesh Sharma is a great player of fast bowling like Viv Richards or something like that, but he definitely can play pace to some extent. So when you think of including Jitesh Sharma, I definitely would look at him in the Indian side.
Absolutely. And Shubha and Anboria, when we look at it, Ishan versus Jitesh, right? 2 wicket keepers, both doing well. Is Jitesh that finisher that India has been looking for so long?
You don't know. The answer is you don't know. I mean, unless you know, how do you say he's not? I mean, I buy Joydeep's point about Ishan. You know what Ishan can do. And when I see a Ruturaj Gaikwad, a Shubman Gill, and those kind of players, a Yashasvi Jaiswal, now tell me, is Ishan that great or that much better to push any of these fellows out? No, maybe not. So you actually know in that box that, okay, Joydeep will give me good comments in a show. Shubhan will give me news points. Bharat will give me X news points and write me a copy. Gargi will host the show. I know what my panel entails. Now, do I all of a sudden put in a rookie here and say, come on, let's get going? How do I know that he or she will not deliver? Put him in pressure situations. Make him play in South Africa. This T20I series will not make or break India. You have won too many bilaterals in the past and then gone and lost ICC tournaments. For God's sake, make your experiments here and go and win an ICC tournament. If for that you play Jitesh Sharma today and try and tick that box, you get some answers, do it. So that's what Joydeep is trying to say. If I impute my thoughts into his, that's what he's trying to say. And I'm totally with that. Get your combination right by the time of the IPL and then get your experienced players to try and prove themselves if they have to make America. But no entitlement. No Ishan Kishan, no Rohit Sharma, no Virat Kohli, no entitlement. It's an Indian team. And with all of these fellows, by the way, you've not won a World Cup. Despite scoring 750 runs and giving the best possible starts, India 10 matches on the trot, the ultimate result, not win a World Cup. That's the truth. Let's face it. So we have to test out newer guys. Eventually, if you do not win an ICC trophy and be the financial nerve center of the world game, it's not fair. The same applies for our women's team. You have a WPL auction and girls get 2 crores and 3 crores and we celebrate and then the women's team gets bowled out for 80. For far too long, I've heard goats. Goats win you World Cups. That's why you play this sport. It's a team sport. By being an individual goat, you get nowhere. You have to win ICC trophies. And to do that, if you make experiments and get your squad right, fair enough.
That's beautifully explained, Gargi. If I could just finish on one point. See, our 1, 2, 3, we've got people who are as good as Ishan Kishan or better. Okay? Stay with me on this. Or better. But sometimes, if we don't have a keeper, we will have to sort of sacrifice one of those better players because Ishan Kishan can only bat at 2.
Right.
So now if I find Jitesh at 6, Dhoni has opened, Dhoni has batted 3, but Dhoni was best at 6. Do you think Dhoni would have scored more runs at 3? Of course. More hundreds at 1? Of course. But he did it for the team. Because what he could do at 6, 1 and 2 and 3, as great as they were, could not. Yuvraj at 3? Of course, why not? 1, 2, 3 is the cream on top. Everybody likes to bat there. Look at the greats of one-day cricket, all 1, 2, 3s. But who does the job for you at 5, 6, 7? Their runs won't be the highest, their averages won't be the highest, but the strike rates, the impact, who will win you those 29 balls, 49-run games? So these are the men who do it. And for us, it's the time to find that person. I'm not saying it's Jitesh. I'm saying if you've chosen him and give him a run, and then if it's not, then go for the next guy. But open up your options, because that's what this game is all about.
And one more point around Ishan Kishan and Jitesh Sharma is Joydeep and Buriala made some excellent points there, because our top 3, top 4 is packed. There is no space. Generally, when everyone is fit, Surya and Shreyas Iyer bats at number 3 and number 4. When Virat Kohli is not playing, if he comes back, then it becomes another story. It becomes a khichdi. Jitesh Sharma, with whatever games he has played in the Australia series, he has shown that potent. Suddenly, you have a Rinku Singh at 5, Jitesh at 6, or Hardik at 6, and followed by Jitesh and Ravindra Jadeja. See that finishing campus. That 4 batters can change the game, can take you from 200 to 240 in a blink of an eye in 2-3 overs time. And with 4 batters, you have that extra cushion that, okay, Rinku will come and smash 6s. If he fails, then you have a Hardik Pandya. If Hardik fails, you have a Jitesh. If Jitesh fails, you have a Ravindra Jadeja or a Rakshar Patel. Yeah. So it's a packed lineup. And above them, you have a Surya Kumar and a Shreyas Iyer. And before them, you have a Shubman Gill and Yashasvi Jaiswal / Rohit Sharma, whoever it is. So the batting lineup is packed till number 8. So that is what Jitesh Sharma gives you. If you suddenly decide to play Ishan Kishan, he has a problem against spin bowling. He has an extremely high rate of dot ball percentage. So in T20 cricket, if things are not going his way, then he bogs down. He gets bogs down under pressure. That's the issue with Ishan.
Everybody has good 1, 2, 3, 4. Who has
Right.
good 5, 6, 7, 8? Look at the teams that do well in T20. Gujarat has played the IPL twice, once winner, one almost winner, runner-up. Who are they? Miller, Tewatia. Look at the people at the back
Right.
who get you across the line.
Yep. Joydeep and Bharat, talk about this young bowling lot throughout the Australia series, and now what answers are you looking for in the South Africa series as well?
Bharat, you
Bharat, you
go
go
first.
first.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Indian bowling attack. Yeah, there have been a few question marks, I guess, for Arshdeep Singh over a period of time. But the last game that he played, he bowled a few Yorkers. He also was ready to bowl the short balls. That at least that over would have boosted his confidence in a sense. So that would be good from India's point of view. Obviously, in that India-Australia series, Avesh Khan seemed like someone who can give India a little bit of what can I say, hit the deck skills, which obviously Prasidh Krishna couldn't do. So and then he got dropped from the Indian side. So these are the two fast bowlers perhaps India would look at. Obviously, Ravindra Jadeja is returning to the Indian side. That's an interesting one because that also is coming back as a vice captain. I'm not too sure this is the right move, but that's what the Indian selectors think. And then you have Ravi Bishnoi. I think Ravi Bishnoi bowled really well. And in these days, you need someone who can bowl quicker through the air, a spinner who can bowl quicker through the air. And in that sense, Ravi Bishnoi, I think, is the right candidate. Obviously, there was also Varun Chakravarti. I think he bowled really well in the IPL, but the Indian selectors perhaps look at his fitness and think he's not ready for limited overs cricket again. So, but Ravi Bishnoi, because of his ability to bowl quicker through there, I think that is something that will give India a lot of boost.
Yeah. So, guys, firstly, let's give bowlers of T20 a longer rope. We're too harsh on them. Okay. We won a series 4-1, and we're talking about how our bowlers took a pounding. We won the series 4-1, right? So what I feel is that we need to be more lenient with our bowlers. We don't mind our batters failing 3 games in a row. We say no problem, wo to marne gaya tha. But if a bowler goes for 45, we say how can he? Because out of the 7 batters, only 2 or 3 are supposed to do the job. But amongst the bowlers, all 5 are supposed to do the job every day. And that will not happen because the bowlers have to bowl this 24 overs. Batters can get out, go inside, and somebody else does the job. So their failure is covered. But there's nobody to cover the failure or a bad day of a bowler. So we need to be patient with our bowlers. We won the series 4-1 and we are disappointed with our bowling. I thought 10 runs and over at the end is superb bowling. If there's a guy who can bowl me top 2 and last 2 in Indian condition, 10 runs and over, he's gold dust. Okay?
So let me say this, just one point. I know we're running out of time. You've got to finish. You know, that T20I series against Australia was a bit of a travesty. You don't make pitches for ping pong cricket. You're taking the bowlers out of the equation. And somehow, I think broadcasters make this rule which is passed on to the groundsman, or something happens that it's only batting that decides. 6 and 4s. Put on highlights package, for God's sake.
I could not agree more.
T20I challenge. Where are the bowlers? 200 runs, that's not defended. 225 is not defended. Somebody scores a 50 ball 100. Let them go to South Africa, England, Australia, score these hundreds. Then I will know how good these batters are.
Big Bash, 90-yard boundaries. 90-yard boundaries in the Big Bash. I once asked Andre Russell, where are the biggest sixes? He said, the real men hit it in Big Bash. Real men. 90-yard boundary. So I couldn't agree more with you, Boria, on this. That it's becoming too far loaded in favor of the batters. 200
runs, 225 runs. Bowlers are, they're sort of support cast who are there to be hit and pounded. You are sort of pushing them into a boxing ring with hands tied and getting them punched. What the hell, yeah? It's a competition between bat and ball. And look at India's T20
Wish that was the case in ODI World Cup finals.
Yeah, man. I mean, for God's sake. Anyway.
So we need to be, and we've given different roles. Arshdeep is bowling. See, we've got Bumrah, Siraj, and Shami. Now different roles.
You have a Mukesh Kumar as well. You have a Mukesh Kumar who has done really well.
No. What I'm saying is we've got those two outside, and then now we've got Ashdeep, Mukesh, and the others doing the job in the middle now,
Right.
Prasid and everybody. So those three, I think Bumrah is a certainty, Shami is a certainty, Siraj is also a certainty. So out of the, unless they have injuries or have a really bad IPL, now they're figuring out who the others are going to be and what role. So they'll also have backups. Bumrah's backup is A. This one's backup is B. This one's backup is C. So Bumrah plays 2 games, can't play 2 games. So there's got somebody who can come and bowl first 2 and last 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Before we sign off, everybody, quick predictions for today.
Bharat, you go first.
Bharat, yes, go first.
Maybe South Africa to win this.
Ooh.
Yeah, but again, because everyone will like to go for India, so I just anyway. South Africa, I think, have a good side. They have good batting might, and I'm also looking forward to this new guy, Nandri Burger, this left armer, tall left armer who can swing the ball. It's a good short ball, and also there is the guy called Bretsky, who kind of has modeled this game on Kevin Peterson. So these are the 2 players I'm looking forward.
Shubhan.
I'm going with India win. This is a depleted South African side with not their best pace attack, with not their best batting attack. So I'm going with India to win this one.
I actually think India's still not ready there in a day or two. So maybe South Africa just has the edge. So I'll go with Bharat. And yes, I also watched that left armer the other day. Clean that guy. That was a very, very good ball. Movement from a left armer is always great to see. So I think just for today, because India's 2 days there, it's maybe South Africa would just have the edge despite it being a depleted team.
Okay, and I think, Joydeep, your prediction?
For just this series of this game, I feel
This game.
this game I'm going with South Africa.
Okay.
So I am the odd one out.
I've got my own dongle. I'm not dependent on the hotel one. It was working fine. I'm sorry I pulled out. Yeah. I feel. Yeah, Bharat made some really important points. The pitch and this and that. But you can make a pitch to your liking. We can make a Turner in Bombay. We can make a Green Top in Bombay. We can make a Pata in Bombay. So it's not pitch is not. I mean, soil helps. Yes, black soil, red soil helps. But you can make. In Eden, we saw Sunil Narine bowl 4-9-4, and now we see fast bowlers. We've seen 48 all out at RCB. Chris Wokes 5. So you can make a pitch to your liking, and I'll be surprised if they give India a Turner. Because they're very good people, very good hosts, but I don't think they're that good.
It's Nago versus last match. One second, I guess their head curator Nago versus last match as well. So we might give a spicy pitch. Who knows?
Before we sign off, South Africa have lost all their last 3 T20Is in Durban. India are unbeaten in Durban. We all remember Yuvraj Singh's 6 sixes that came in Durban. We remember his knock against Australia, that blistering half century that came in Durban. So India has a super record here in this.
Bharti, you have the last word. Who are you going with?
Just one thing. Every Indian player has an IPL contract. There'll be some contracts out to give in the next couple of days before the 19th of December. Bend your back a little bit, Koitse. Get it going.
He's anyway going to be a crorepati, I'm pretty sure. Even if he goes for 60 runs before.
How much?
5 to 6 crore for Gerald Coates is my prediction.
Yeah, but today 424.4, that's 11 crores.
And Joydeep's own team has 35 crores to spend.
So that was
a lot of money.
That was a secret message to Coates, a cryptic message.
Bend your back, boys. Bend your back. No, it's going to be a tough season. I'm really looking forward to this one. And also, I feel it will not be like Boria said. I couldn't agree with him more. I know it was a little choppy earlier. I'm repeating what I'm saying. I want the contest between ball and bat. I've always grown up playing that game. Whatever the game is. That's why I tend to enjoy 4-day cricket, Ranji Trophy, 5-day cricket more. Because this is a contest. Now, I'm here in Rajkot with the Vijay Hazare. There's a contest.
Go on again.
10 overs 47. They ended up with 374. So I like to see a contest between ball and bat. 10-47, they got to 374. But it wasn't 10 overs 80. They had to struggle in the first 10.
Absolutely. So that sums it up then. 3 for South Africa, 1 for India. But we'll see what happens tonight. Until then, stay tuned to Ref Sports.
What about you?
Yeah.
Me?
What about you?
I think South Africa.
Uh,
I'm coming after you all after this game.
Done.
Let's see. Let's see.
or keep your phone off because four of them will ring.